Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Suga.Spice.Yum. It has been a while, y'all. Life has been lifing. I've been working a whole lot, but instead of doing a short today, I will do a shorter video and just put it out for you guys. I was making something that was kind of like semi-homemade, but I will share it with you. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. To all my new subscribers, hello. Thank you for checking out my channel. My current subscribers, God bless you all. I hope you will enjoy this video, and I will be putting out more content over the next few weeks. Again, working, juggling that. This, like my other channel, is just pretty much my creative space, so I wasn't really that's my oven. I wasn't really pressuring myself a whole lot to put out content, and if I do, I want to make sure that it is something that is nice, you know, that you will enjoy. So what I'm going to do is the next shot you will see will be the ingredients of what I would be making, so stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so of course I'm in my kitchen. Decided to do a video today. It may not be that long, but still wanted to share it with you guys. So my plan is to do some stewed chicken wings. I have some of my favorite seasonings here. These seasonings, you guys, Spice Supreme. I don't know if in your local grocery store where you live, like a IGA or like your mom and pop grocery stores or a Piggly Wiggly, they carry this brand. It's inexpensive. It's probably like $1 and some change per bottle, but I love using this. It's inexpensive. They have a lot of good different blends. There's another blend that I'm going to show you real quick. Hold on. Okay, guys, it's the steak seasoning blend. I like to use this in my devil eggs, my devil egg mix, and that's something that I will be making today as well. But I'm not looking to overpower my stewed chicken, but these are some of the things I will be using when cooking in general. A relative had purchased this Lowry's 25% less sodium seasoning salt, and it's pretty good, so I'll be using that. Garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, ground black pepper, and of course the steak seasoning. Like I said, I'll use that in my devil eggs. I have my pot here ready to go. That's just some water in it for me rinsing it out, and my pot of water back here for my devil eggs. I may also make like a little, you know, butter golden cake and some cornbread, and I'll do some okra and tomatoes for my mom because she loves it. So that's the tomato sauce. Diced tomatoes. I may use either or, it just depends. This will be my first time incorporating like a chicken gravy mix for the stewed chicken, because normally I just make my own gravy from, you know, the fat drippings and stuff like that. So the next couple of shots you should see is I already pre-wash and pat my chicken dry, so the next few shots you should see is the chicken already seasoned, and I am going to put some flour on it, just a little bit to dust it so it can brown in my pot, so stay tuned. Oh, also just a little tip, something that I started to do over time is I would look at my nutritional facts on the back. As you can see, is 370 milligrams of sodium in this packet of chicken gravy, and in my Lowry's is 270, and I believe the daily average should be at least about 1,000 or 1,200. Y'all don't quote me on that. I'm not as proficient as some people, but I still just try to, you know, gauge how much seasoning I'm using. Just a little tip, you know, that I started to follow over time. Okay, guys, so I put a couple of pats of butter inside my pot, and I did go ahead and start to bring my eggs to a boil. I do have 12 eggs in there. Kind of glad that eggs aren't like $1 million anymore per carton. Hopefully they stay as affordable as they are at the moment. But yep, there's that. And here's my chicken. already seasoned. All I'm going to do is just put a little bit of flour over it so it can brown in the pan. Depending on how well it browns and how much of a roux I could, draw from the meat browning, I may or may not use the chicken gravy. Just depends on how I feel. Again, you guys, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I know a lot of times you may wonder, well, geez, onion and bell pepper is the only thing she like to use. I would not say yes, but that's what I enjoy using because it does render a good flavor. I may get off into using some other things like some sage or thyme or whatever. They taste good, but I think they're good in, like, I guess roasted dishes, like if you're roasting potatoes or doing an oven roasted chicken or pork or something like that. But yeah, bell pepper and onion, that is my staple. I enjoy using that so much. Okay, y'all, please forgive me. I did switch the camera to a different view because I've been used to doing my shorts, and I realized with my shorts, of course, it is narrow when people are viewing it on their phone, but sometimes folks may view my videos from their television, and I would like it to be comfortable for them to see. But yeah, I love using onion and bell pepper. I have a half of each right here. My butter is melting down. What I'm about to do is go off camera real quick, chop those up, and throw them in the pot. I'll be right back. Y'all, I was taking a little swig of this Boathouse drink. It's pretty good. My cousin turned me on to it. I like it. Healthy stuff. So sometimes I'll make my smoothies, but it's not as good as the Boathouse. So get you some, try you some. Okay, so I'm back. Like I said, I love onion and bell pepper. It's just something about the flavoring that it gives. It's healthy. I will experiment with other flavors and stuff over time, but I think this is just probably a basic staple for everyone. So I have it in there. I might just sweat it a little bit. I'm not a professional cook, but from my understanding, sweating is just extracting some of the flavor from it. Not exactly caramelizing it. It's getting a little soft. So in the future also, I do look towards investing into one of the enamel cast iron pots. I love them. For one, it might sound a little cheesy, but I like the aesthetic of it, and I like the fact of how it cooks. I have not cooked in one per se, except for like a cast iron skillet, but I am going to get me a nice cast iron pot because this is just like a little basic pot that I cook in. It's not that heavy, so you have to watch it to make sure that you don't scorch whatever you're cooking. But that's my onion and bell pepper. The next shot that you may see is me putting the chicken in the pot to brown it off. Okay guys, so I have like a tablespoon at least of some all-purpose flour. I'm going to probably put like 2 tablespoons, just enough to cover it, and just mix it around, and then I'm going to put it in my pot. Okay guys, so I do have my chicken in the pot. Ooh, excuse my hand. I did have it a little overcrowded, so I took some of them out. I just want to brown it a little bit on each side, and then once that's done, I may go ahead and add some water to it, or like I said, add some of the chicken gravy mix to it. Probably not a lot, just enough to, change up the flavor a little bit. Or I may just make my gravy from scratch. It just depends. I did have a little bit of mushroom gravy left from something I made the other night. But here is the chicken. I'll be right back. Hey guys, if I didn't explain why I was browning my chicken, if I did, forgive me. When I put the flour on it and just put it in the pot, for those that are just learning, I do that to create a roux. What I may do, like I said, once this is finished browning, take it out, add some water to it, and make like, I'll say, some people make slurries. A roux is from the drippings of the meat and more flour, and some people might use chicken stock. I make mine all kind of ways, you know, so forgive me if it's not exact, but yeah, just render, let it get brown, and I might just add some water straight to it the way that it is, or take the chicken out and then mix it around and add it back to it. So just, you know, pretty much what floats your boat, what you're comfortable with doing. Okay guys, so I did add that little small pack of mushroom gravy I had left, and then I just added this to it and put a pouch of water in there, but I'm going to perhaps add like another cup of water just to cover it. You know what also prompted me to do a little video instead of a short is it kept saying that the last video was erased. It was some kind of glitch that was going on too, so that's why I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and do a short video for y'all. Okay, so here's the chicken. I was going to do it cut by cut, but I figured I'd be there all night, so I just went on ahead, put it under the sink, ran some cold water over it, and I'm going to just go ahead and let it cook like this. I am going to cover it. I'm going to take the temperature up to maybe like a 7. For this to cook down completely may take about an hour, possibly an hour and a half, because I like it, you know, where it's really tender and kind of falling off the bones. So I will be back to show you the finished look of that. Also, here are my eggs boiling. They should be done in a few minutes. I want to say they probably was in there for about good 20 minutes or so, so I'll be checking on that soon. If I don't include that in this video, you may see a short of that coming up on my channel. Again, I don't know what was going on. It could have just been my phone, but it kept sending this message like the video upload failed, or something failed with the actual short being created. But this is what I'm working with right now. Okay y'all, so here is my bacon. I have some Smithfield bacon in the pan. What I learned to do over time is I do kind of rinse it off, or just let the water on it stay on it, or I add a little bit of water in the pan. That'll keep it from cooking up so quick, and you know, it'll maintain its I don't say its size, but you know, it'll cause it to not shrink up so much in the cooking process. This is the meat I'm going to be using for the okra. Y'all, this is not your healthy dinner. This is Sunday dinner in my house. Sometimes I may go healthy, sometimes I may not, but that's not everyday eating, you know, fattening stuff. But hey, it is what it is. It's Sunday, it's for my family, but this is my bacon. Okay, I'm just running some water over my eggs to cool them down. Okay, y'all, this is the stewed chicken doing its thing. If I see that it's not thickening up that well, I may make like a cornstarch slurry or something and add it to it just to thicken it up some, but I'm just going to let it do its thing. I'm going to reduce the heat a bit down to a 5. Here is the bacon starting to cook up some. I'll put that almost between a 4 and a 5. And I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here's my bacon. As you can see, it kind of still, you know, kept its shape. It didn't cook up, shrivel up too bad. Sometimes throughout the cooking process, I might add a little bit more water to it, just so that it can still just kind of keep its shape. It's not all shriveled up. And to me, that kind of makes it easier for me to cut up as well on my cutting board. So that's a little bit more water I added to it. And y'all, certain things that I do when cooking, I may have picked up over time, just working in various restaurants, being a home cook, doing research, you know, not intentionally, but just picking up little tricks and tips along the way. So if I am not specifically giving the reasons for this and that, please forgive me. Research on your own. But this is just something that I've been doing for quite some time when I cook my bacon stovetop. And to me, it also helps to extract more of the flavor and, causes it not to burn. So again, here is the chicken. This piece is really brown. I should have did the rest like that, but it's okay. Like stewed chicken is exactly what it is. You can have it really brown if you want to. For me, the meat will just kind of like fall off the bone, so it'll turn out the way I'd hope. Okay, guys, so I'm over here at my cake station. I know you're like, girl, you got a few things going on, but that's how I cook. I multitask. So I have my cake batter, my cake mix in the bowl. I have my 1 stick of butter already melted, and I have my 3 eggs over there, so I will be cracking them and adding them to my bowl. I might add a little bit more sugar. That's something that my mom would do. I don't feel like using my electric beater or my cake mixer, so I'm going to just use Old Faithful right here, and I'll be back. Y'all, my eggs are room temperature. I had them out for a couple of hours, probably a little longer. So I learned about, leaving your eggs out when you're going to bake. Either it was through In the Kitchen with Gina Young or Soulful Tea that mentioned that. There were probably a few other people on YouTube that mention that, but I just started to do it, and I do see the difference, in my baking. Okay, here is my bacon. I just flipped it over. I may flip it one more time, and I'm gonna go ahead and rinse my veggies off and put them in the pan. Okay, so here is my cake mix. I'm about to spray my pan and pour it in. And yes, y'all, I did put some elbow grease in to mix it because I really didn't feel like dealing with a mixer. Okay, guys, so I've already sprayed my pan, and I love to use Baker's Joy. If the store doesn't have Baker's Joy, I'll use like a vegetable oil spray, but that is my absolute favorite. So what I'm going to do is just add this to the pan, and I'll be right back. Y'all, I have fallen in love with just box cakes. Sometimes, like I did make some from scratch before, but it's quick, it's convenient, it's delicious. Duncan Hines is a good brand. I like their French vanilla cake mix also. So I may make that again and tweak it for you guys. Okay, y'all, so here's the bacon. I may try to just crush it up a little bit in the pan or just let it stay as is. As I mentioned before, I'm going to go ahead, rinse off my veggies, and add them to the pan. Okay, so this is my corn that I washed off, and I'm going to wash the okra next. Okay, here's the okra. Okay, guys, so I went and put the okra in a bigger pan. I believe I had another pot, but I didn't feel like digging in the back of my cabinet. So here is the okra, corn, and bacon. I am going to add some tomato sauce to it and a few more seasonings and allow it to cook up. Okay, guys, so here is the okra. It's cooking up pretty well. I haven't added a seasoning to it yet, so I'm just going to add a little bit of seasoning, maybe some Badia, onion powder, and pepper, and that will be it. I am going to make just a pot of parboiled rice, and that will be it for that. Okay, y'all, so this is what the stewed chicken is looking like. It is rendering down some. I believe it's going to taste really, really good. I scraped some of the flavorings from around the rim. That's what it is right now. Okay, guys, so here is the stewed chicken. It is fork tender. As you can see, it's flavored just perfect. It's not salty, it's not bland, it's just a nice blend. So there is the stewed chicken. Here is the okra, and tomato sauce with bacon. My mother absolutely loves okra. I don't, but I know how to flavor food, so here that is. And I just made a pot of white rice for it as well. Guys, I ended up putting a little bit, just a ski taste too much, I think, of mayo. So I just added some tuna to it and a can of chicken to it. And this will probably just be sandwiches or something for the week for lunch. It tastes really good. I just gotta keep my eye on my portion as far as my ingredients. So that was the deviled eggs, but salad now. Last time when I had a bit of devil egg mixture left over, I purchased the Cheesecake Factory hoagie rolls, toasted them, and put this on top of it, and it was really, really good. So I'm going to do the same thing. So don't be surprised if you don't see a sandwich coming down the YouTube shorts this week. Here's the cake that I baked. It is so pretty. I'm about to turn it over onto my cake dish. Here's the beautiful cake. The last couple of times I did drizzle some icing over it, but I think this time I'm just going to leave it as is. So there it goes. Okay guys, here is the finished plate. Plate this up for my mom. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Again, thank you for checking out my channel. I will be uploading much more soon, more frequently, should I say, excuse me. I'm getting a little tired, but work life, caregiver life, everything. But God bless. You have a great evening and a beautiful start to your week, and a happy 4th of July.